Ink Ribbon.
We play games for a lot of reasons, and I think most gamers would say it's to let off some steam, and that's understandable. Causing mayhem in GTA is a great way to get some frustration out when you're mad. Creating homes and families is a great way to have fun when you're feeling creative in The Sims. And searching through crypts in Tomb Raider is great when you're feeling adventurous. But what about when you're sad or depressed? Believe it or not, games can have a very big impact on your overall mood and behavior. That includes cheering you up when you're feeling down. And with that, here are the top 10 games to play when you're sad.
Number 10.
Katamari Damacy. What better game to start off our list than Katamari? This game instantly made gamers fall in love when it debuted on the PS2 back in 2004 and is still working its magic today. With its uplifting jazz-inspired funky soundtrack, the hilarious in-level jokes and sound effects, and the overall insanity of rolling up everything in sight, you can't help but crack a smile.
Number 9.
Ratchet Clank. This series is an amazingly fun adventure-filled action game that combines the comfort of cute animated characters with the action of a third-person shooter and platformer. First, let's take a look at Ratchet. He's a lovably adorable fluffy cat alien dude that both kids and adults can like equally. Fun fact, he's voiced by James Arnold Taylor, the same voice as Titus from Final Fantasy X. Then we move on to Clank, who is as tiny as he is cool. With these two characters, we travel with them through colorful alien worlds and meet a very interesting cast of characters, as well as picking up an insane assortment of weapons ranging from guns and bombs to disco rays and beams that turn your enemies into chickens. Honestly, the weapons throughout the series could have a list of their own, but either way, this game will turn your frown upside down.
Number 8.
Yoshis Island. On the surface, Yoshi's Island may look like a game for kids, but it's really a game for everyone. You take the reins as Yoshi, and all the other Yoshis? They're all different colors, but I think they're all called Yoshi. Anyway, you take care of Baby Mario, and in other versions, Baby Luigi and Baby Peach as well, and you go on a really sweet adventure. And when I say sweet, I mean both sweet, like, yeah, sweet bro, and sweet, like, aw, that's so sweet. The whole game gives you a very comforting feeling, between the art style which emulates crayon-drawn art and the amazing soundtrack that ranges from lullaby-ish music to remind you that Mario is just a little infant, to the mystical underground theme when navigating through caverns. It's a great game to just take a deep breath and escape.
Number 7.
Banished. I want to do a whole video about this game at some point, but for now, I'll just mention it here. Banished is an absolutely amazing game that you need to try for yourself to really understand. You control a small population of people and do your best to help them thrive and survive. This includes building structures, assigning citizens to the right jobs, and making sure they have enough food, firewood, and materials to survive. It sounds simple enough, but it can very quickly become a huge task. While it sounds both simple and stressful, it's actually neither. Instead, it's relaxing and extremely enjoyable. Even when your whole town dies and you have to start again, it's okay because each time you do, you get better and better at the game. You watch your little workers build houses, reproduce, and thrive, which really can give you a great sense of accomplishment and pride. Though I guess that can apply to most games, but in the case of Banished, it's especially fun.
Number 6.
Pokemon. This shouldn't come as a shock to anyone, but Pokemon is really a great franchise. For not only hardcore and casual gamers, but also all age ranges and genders. There's a reason Pokemon is such a big franchise. It's not the gameplay, and it's not really the story either. It's the feeling it gives its players. With so many Pokemon to choose from and build your team, combined with the vast amount of characters and locations, you can't help but be filled with a sense of wonder and awe, as well as, well, happiness. Look at any picture of Pokemon fans and I guarantee you will see mostly smiles.
Number 5.
Welcome to SSX Tricky.
SSX Tricky. So there's cheering yourself up and then there's getting yourself amped. The SSX series is, or I guess I should say was, one of the coolest games out there. While SSX 3 is also an amazing entry, I want to stick with SSX Tricky for this list.
Right on, baby!
Not into sports games? Don't worry, neither am I. And while it is technically a snowboarding game, this game is on a whole other plane of reality. The presentation Tricky serves up is pure adrenaline and over-the-top fun. Each character is unique and likable in their own extreme way, and they do a great job of being energetic and over the top without being campy or annoying. Along with their personas are their sick tricks, mainly the uber tricks, which consist of the rider detaching from their board and doing insane, physically impossible moves while sailing through the air on some really exotic levels, all while a bumping soundtrack plays in the background. SSX Tricky is the gaming equivalent of an energy drink, but without all the unhealthy side effects, and it's sure to put you in a better mood.
Number 4.
Animal Crossing. Now we're going to slow things down to a nice, relaxing pace with this game. In real life, managing your finances, working, and keeping your house in order are all frustrating, but in Animal Crossing, it's oh so relaxing. Animal Crossing is great in that it gives you so many options to play the game. You can be friendly, be mean, be lazy, or be whatever you want. With these randomly generated towns and an always evolving world, there's never an end of things for you to do while your real-world problems melt away and fade into the background. And now that it's available on basically every Nintendo system, you can even play it while you're on the go, in case you need to de-stress away from home.
Number 3.
City Skylines. Since EA doesn't know how to behave, gamers took to City Skylines in stride, not because it was a copy, but because it was better. This is a great relaxation game as well, but this time probably more for the number-oriented people out there. For some people, managing a city can be stressful, but for others it can be the exact opposite, especially when everything is in order and you can make the city live and breathe exactly as you see fit. The ambient noise and music is also a soothing backdrop as you grow your little town into a thriving metropolis and master the art of balancing taxes, policies, districts, and if you're like me, making cities run on clean energy.
Number 2.
Minecraft. Minecraft is a very special thing. Something that people of almost every walk of life can just jump in and get into. But on top of this, it has a lot to offer that most games can't. There are people who have been using Minecraft for creative expression, people who have created real-life friendships with, and even been used in school to help as a teaching aid. But the thing that Minecraft probably does best is to let people just let go of all their problems, even if just for a moment. The magical thing about Minecraft is that it's probably the most non-linear game I have ever seen. There are endless ways to play the game with no rules or direction, and you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Universally, this is a great way to help ease sadness and anxiety. From simply exploring and building, to gathering resources, to creating entire real-life communities of friends, the satisfaction and joy of crafting alone is worth it.
Number 1.
Stardew Valley. Personally for me, Stardew Valley has been a godsend, and I know I'm not alone. Stardew Valley has the love and care of one person who took 4 years to make this game by himself, and it really shows. Combining a lot of elements from games on this list into one, Stardew Valley uses crafting mechanics, combat, exploration, farming, leveling, and has an overall message about just enjoying life. As you go through the seasons, you have tons to do and everything gives you a sense of accomplishment, regardless of how you decide to play the game. The feeling of happiness the game provides is so powerful, there's a man who actually quit his corporate job, bought a neglected farm, and cleaned it up to start his own adventure in real life, just like you do in the game. Gaming is an art form and a great way to deal with problems temporarily, but remember that you do have to come back to the real world eventually. Life isn't always fun, and being sad sometimes is totally normal. However, I do feel it's my responsibility to let my viewers know that if you're struggling with depression, there are always resources you can use to get some help or even just someone to talk to. But in the meantime, video games have your back. Know of any other games that should have been on this list? Let me know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that like button. I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon.